Welcome to Engineering and You right here on Ogtv, where we bring you all the exciting educative conversation on engineering, particularly for the young ones in our society. This program is dedicated to you to help you understand and enjoy all the STEM-oriented subjects you have been taught in school. My name is Miriam Usman. This program is brought to you by Prince Engineer Yemisi Shilon, FNSC, in collaboration with the Nigerian Society of Engineers, Abeokuta branch. For this quarter, we have been bringing you conversation on debate topics, and we have brought you several secondary schools across Ogun State. These students compete weekly on this topic to discuss some societal matters that definitely have engineering as the focus point for solution. Today we have another set of brilliant, intelligent students that will be discussing, or better still, debating another topical issue in the society, one that you watching, of course, can relate with. You know, every time we do this, we do not do it alone. We have the impartial panel of judges, members of the Nigerian Society of Engineers, Abeokuta branch, who have in their own part done justice to each of the actions given by the students on the program. I'll be introducing them after this break, as well as our participant on the program. Please stay with us. Thank you for staying tuned. You are still watching Engineering and You right here on Ogtv. Without further ado, let me introduce to you the panel of judges for Engineering and You quiz debate competition on the program today. Hello, judges.
Good evening, our dear presenter. Good evening, our viewers, debaters. I'm Engineer Temitope Aboeji, a member of the Nigerian Society of Engineers, Abeokuta chapter. Thank you.
Good evening, viewers at home. I am Engineer Lushino Bambele Agbaji, a member of the Nigerian Society of Engineers. I'm glad to be here today. Thank you.
A wonderful evening to everyone. My name is Engineer Feloluwa Lugbebi, MNSC, MNIE, a member of the Abeokuta branch of the NSE. You're welcome.
Today on the program, we are debating on the topic, should Nigeria invest more in solar energy in order to tackle power shortage in the country? While you take a moment to think about that question, let me introduce to you our debaters on the program today. Supporting this topic is Foursquare International School.
My name is Agado Glory.
My name is Ayodeji Olajanloju.
And right about now we have on the left the opposing team, all the way from African Church Grammar School.
I am Oyilola Bidoye.
My name is Olide Deborah.
Ladies and gentlemen, I now hand you over to the debaters, who of course will do justice to the question on the program today. Keep watching, stay tuned.
How many of us here slept without electricity at all? How many businesses are closed due to power failure? Why should a country blessed with abundant sunlight struggle and remain in darkness? Oh, please forgive my manners. Good day, ladies and gentlemen, distinguished judges, accurate timekeeper, my co-debaters, and my well-attentive viewers. Today, my name is Agado Glory, a bona fide student of Foursquare International Secondary School, and I stand firmly to support the motion which states Nigeria should invest in solar energy to tackle power shortage. Firstly, for the purpose of this debate, I define solar as the energy that generates electricity in order to supply and perform people's needs through the means of sunlight. I define power shortage. It means there are not enough, whereby not enough electricity does not supply the means of Nigerians and people's needs. Firstly, Nigerians are blessed with abundant sunlight every day of the year. We Nigerians get about 5 to 7 hours of sunlight. We have about 2,600 hours of sunlight running through every single year, but we are not using it well. This is a free energy given from nature. For example, countries like Kenya and Morocco had adapted a solar system and using solar, which turned out successfully. Why can't we Nigerians use it? We experienced cases of where hospitals could not perform surgeries at night due to power failure. But here, for example, during the COVID-19 pandemic, isolation centers struggled a lot because of lack of constant power for oxygen machines. Furthermore, Nigeria produces about 4,000 megawatts for about 200 million people. Is this enough? Compare this to South Africa, which produces about 40,000 megawatts for over 60 million people. These 4,000 megawatts are not enough to power homes, schools, factories, and businesses. We don't need this. For these 4,000 megawatts cannot access all our needs. Let's invest more in solar energy. For example, as of September 2023, the national grid resulting in widespread blackout across the whole 36 states, and even the capital city, Abuja, collapsed. And we're here talking about electricity. No, this marks the 46th time this grid has collapsed. And here, what are the government trying to do about it? Nothing. If we invest in solar energy, it provides more access to education because most students can't read at night due to blackouts. Moreover, millions of students, millions of ways they are using this solar energy to read. 50 billion people of over these countries. Thank you.
To say Nigeria's future lies in solar energy, I say no, not yet. Why? Because we've been here before. Solar billions spent, but still darkness remains. As a well-cultured African child, I say, give me Mr. Chairman, panel of judges, accurate timekeeper, and an ever-attentive audience. I am Onilola Bidoye, a representative of African Church Grammar School Senior. I stand before you all this beautiful morning to carefully oppose this motion, which states, should Nigeria invest more in solar energy to tackle power shortage? I'm saying no, not because solar energy is bad, but because for a country like Nigeria, this dream is dangerously premature. Firstly, we are not ready and it's to deepen poverty. According to the Energy Commission of Nigeria, to set up a basic solar system cost over 450,000 naira to 1 million naira. Now tell me, for a worker, any 30,000 naira as a minimum wage, how can he or she afford that? If we are pushing for solars, we are simply saying, let the rich shine, let the poor die or rot or remain in darkness. Solar will sadly make electricity a luxury, not a right. Furthermore, we are saying, should Nigeria invest more in solar energy? Invest more, okay? When Nigeria has an issue of abandoned solar project, have you forgotten that Nigeria invested over $30 billion in solar projects across 24 states? Where are they now? Abandoned, forgotten, looted. Ask the people of Edo, Ondo, or Benue if you are enjoying any sunlight, electricity. We are great at launching projects, but we are terrible at finishing them. Let us not start what we cannot finish. Nigeria is not yet ready for this. Without proper maintenance, accountability, and good governance, guess what? This will not just be another years of wasted, but to be another years of wasted billions, wasted time, and wasted energy. Thank you.
Good day, ladies and gentlemen, honorable panel of judges, co-debaters, and my ever-attentive audience. Standing before you is Ayodeji Oluwajemloju Esther, and I'm here to buttress and support the points made by my amiable chief speaker. According to what she said Nigeria is living in constant power shortage. Yes, that is true. Because in this country right now, constant electricity is more like luxury. It is. Constant electricity is more like luxury. And for every Nigerian
You can do this.
As we say, billions of people are using fuels when they are not able to get electricity. Thousands of businesses are being closed because of power shortage. Fine, this is true. Electricity could have been provided. We could have said, okay, some people, the government tried in making some solar projects that were abandoned. But let me tell you this. As of, I think this month, the government made a 50 billion naira project in Aso Rock of solar panels. If the government can contribute to this, that means they have this mentality in order for solar to contribute and apply into this Nigerian system.
And that is why we are here, not only as debaters, but as voice for every Nigerian tired of living in darkness. Now to my point. Solar energy is clean. It creates jobs opportunity. It causes no noise at all, and also it causes no harm. Unlike generators, always sounding at our backyards like helicopter crashing. Yes. Unlike solar energy is also clean, and also it avoids death. According to World Health Organization reports, it says over 7 million people die every year due to smoke, due to air pollution. And guess what? Generators also contribute solely to this.
Thank you.
Good day, everyone. My name is Ogtv Deborah, the supporting speaker from African Church Grammar School. I am here to buttress my chief speaker's point in saying no to the question, should Nigeria invest more in solar energy to tackle power shortage? Let's be realistic. The sun is free, yes, but solar energy, this is far from cheap. In fact, it is like seeing a dress on Instagram thinking it's affordable until you see the price tag. First off, solar energy is very expensive to start with. The cost of solar panels, inverters, batteries, even installation is simply out of reach for most Nigerians. Let's be honest, in a country where people still buy rice in cups and use kerosene lamps at night, how realistic is it to ask them to invest in a high-tech solar system? The average Nigerian can barely afford fuel for their generators, and now we ask them to buy sunlight in a panel? Secondly, solar cannot carry heavy load. You cannot power an entire factory, a hospital, or even an industrial plant solely on solar. At least not yet. Even homes using solar still switch to generators when the pumping machine, the pressing iron, or the refrigerator comes on. Furthermore, storage is a major problem. The solar system only works when the sun is out. So what about at night, especially during long rainy seasons? What do we do then? Hub darkness? Of course not, we still need backup. Generators. Meaning we still need to spend more money on fuels, we still need to endure more noise and more toxic fumes. Double spending on the same light. What about maintenance? This solar system isn't just about 2 pieces, plug and play. It is about 3 pieces, plug, pray, and pay again. The panels get dirty, the batteries need attention. So the batteries need attention. So what Nigeria needs right now is a stable power, a serious power, power to drive innovation, power that can drive investment, and power that can drive development. Thank you.
Well, according to what my opposing speaker said, he said solar is too expensive. Well, the government can actually subsidize it the way they also subsidize fuel. And also, we can actually work on community projects, like contribute money daily. And also, you're talking about generators, right? Generators, you buy it, yes. Also, well, you have to get fuel, you have to try to maintain it daily. But solar, if you should just buy it, it works for about 3 to 5 years with good maintenance. And also, you also talked about it does not work at night. That is why we actually have batteries. It stores it, and then we can use it at night. Thank you.
In order to buttress what one of my assistant chief speaker said, in countering your points, with all due respect to my opponent, you talked about cost of solar panels. But let me make this clear to you. The fuels and the diesel we use, please, are they not costly? When the price of fuel raised up to 800 naira, we could see Nigerians shouting, oh my God, the inflation of things are so much. The cost of food, hospitals, and different bills are so much. How about this generator? We power our porridge up to 2 to 3 days, which cannot even carry pumping machine, electric cooker, and other things. Fine, you talked about poor maintenance. Let me ask you this question. Everything in this life requires maintenance. The house you're staying in requires maintenance. You can't just say one day you wake up in the morning and you go to the front of your building and say, okay, you this building, I'm going to destroy you now. I don't need to maintain you. You have to maintain your building because you know it's providing shelter to you. So everything in this life requires maintenance. And you also talked about cloudy days. Please, technology advancement is now right in this society. There are batteries that are here to sustain in the night when you want to use solar. Thank you.
After painfully listening to the opinions of my opponents, I feel so sad at the level of their irresponsibility and lack of depth of research. You said countries like Germany are already using solar, and Nigeria generates just 4,000 megawatts. But I put it to you, how solid is your research? Do you know that the Nigerian national grid is the cause for all this? And no matter how much power invested on it, it only results in nothing. Our national grid that has collapsed more than 140 times in more than 10 years, Nigeria generates 12,500 megawatts, but can only transmit 4,000 megawatts through to our national grid. And again, you said the government invested to get solars to Aso Rock, but do you know that the electricity sector is divided into Band A, Band B, Band C, and Band D? The Band A people are, for example, for people living in Lekki and other areas, the wealthy, you know now, the airlights. But the Band D people have low income individuals, the poor individuals who can even achieve 3 course meal daily. Now I put it to you, if solar is meant to tackle power shortage and help the poor, why do we keep pushing it to the rich and making electricity feeling like a luxury and rather than a right? Now I'm putting it to you, Nigeria does not need another power. It needs to fix what it already has. Don't sell us dreams when the road to those dreams are still under construction. You mentioned countries like Germany. Do you know that these countries fix corruption and other things first before bringing in solar? And these countries excuse you to not rely solely on solar. They have other sources of energy. Even the USA is using coal and fossil. So excuse you, how solid is your research? Moving further, investing in solar without fixing the grid is like pouring clean water into a leaking basket. We are not saying so no forever. We are saying not now, not yet. Fix the grid, fix what you already have. Apply sense to everything, and at the end, we see how beautifully this turns, and it will not just be another dreams, another wasted billion. Please, thank you. I rest my case.
Please mind you, we've been fixing the grid for the past few years now. Please, what are we still saying? We're still in total darkness. So we should actually try and invest in new things.
Fine, you made mention about poverty, but please let's face the real facts here. Government provided all that financial models like pay as you go. You can find people that are getting below. And point of correction, you made your thing that the minimum wage here is 30,000 naira. Sorry to say, but it's 70,000 naira. Yes, thank you. You made a point that okay, the poverty people cannot afford for this solar, but with this pay as you go, with their salary, they can be able to share things and go. Fine, they cannot afford for solar, but how are they going to be able to afford for fuels?
Excuse me, you mentioned subsidy, and you mentioned, okay, is your time?
No, continue.
And you mentioned rise in price of fuels. What led to that? Your points are contradictory.
Thank you.
I may direct that point back to you. Please, what led to that?
And then you mentioned batteries. Have you ever heard of overheating? In South Korea, the solar panel farm caught fire and it destroyed acres of land. Not because of lightning or arson, but because of overheating. Are we truly ready for that in Nigeria? Are we ready to line our rooftops with a device that could blow up in flames if overheated or poorly installed?
My dear beautiful opponent, you said the government has put in funds like pay as you go to help Nigeria. But I tell you, isn't this servanthood in disguise? Fine, you corrected me that the minimum wage is 70,000 naira. But I put it to you, do you know how much a gongo of gari or rice is? Now, with all this, you are expecting the average Nigerian to invest their salary in solar. Excuse me. How solid or how reasonable are you in this? Be realistic. Don't be. This is Nigeria. Now, Nigeria with you, not Port Harcourt or USA. I beg, calm down.
Okay, fine.
That is why.
Welcome back. Now, if you're looking for the word to define the session you just watched, I think it will be amazing. Fierce conversation. That is what the spirit of debate is all about. Do not forget, this topic is talking and addressing whether solar energy should be considered a possible alternative for power shortage in Nigeria. I don't know about you, but at this point, at this moment, I'm not sure which side to take. But let's go over to the tables of the judges. I'm very sure they know who the winner is on the program today. Hello, judges.
All right, thank you very much. Once again, a big round of applause for yourselves. That was amazing. Just like the presenter said, that was really, really amazing. I enjoyed myself, and I wished this program could continue for maybe another extra hour. The situation of electricity in the country is quite pandemic, and we have faced a lot of government experiences who have tried to deal with this topic. And of course, we know that electricity is very germane to us as a nation. The issue of solar energy is, of course, good for us, and we are trying to get it. We know we are not yet there, but we'll get there soon. It's an alternative. We have so many free sources of energy that can be tapped to indeed add to what we have through the national grid. So, of course, you guys can keep improving in your research, and we know that God willing, the country is going to get it soon. So I'm going to hand over to my colleagues who are going to read out the scores.
So it's been quite an engaging session and a very educative one, if you agree with me. At the end of this exercise, looking at the technical aspect, the Foursquare International School had a total score of 40 marks, while African Church Grammar School also have a total score of 40 marks. And considering your rebuta for Foursquare International School, you had a total score of 17.5 points, while African
Church Grammar School.
African Church Grammar School has a total score of 20 marks. So considering our use of English, Foursquare International School had a total score of 36 marks, while African Church Grammar School have a total score of 38 marks. So in total, Foursquare International School has a total point of 93.5 points, while African Church Grammar School has a total score of 98 points.
Okay, thank you so much, and we are glad to have both schools on the presentation today. So, based on the points made, the African Church Grammar School is declared the winner of the day.
Thank you, honorable judges. I mean, from all indication, 98, 93 is almost like a tie, you know. I think this is one of the best debates we've had so far on the program. Close marking to almost 100. And I can imagine how it is for everyone watching on the program. Do not forget that this debate is just to stir up the ability to understand engineering through STEM-oriented topics, of course, that are being taught in secondary school. And this topic, if you're watching, I hope that from the conversation today, both from the supporting and opposing side, you will be able to also defend this topic outside there as it relates to us as Nigerians in particular. And to show that this is nothing but a healthy competition among young people in the embrace of engineering, we'll ask both teams to either extend a warm handshake or hug in the spirit of sportsmanship, as the word may be right now. You can shake, you can hug. This is nothing but an amazing competition. You girls definitely made your school proud. Have you? Okay?
Congratulations, Thank you.
That is the spirit when it comes to debate, when it comes to healthy competition, and when it comes to engineering conversation. This is where you get it all from. Engineering and You, brought to you by Prince Engineer Yemisi Shilon, FNSC, in collaboration with Nigerian Society of Engineers, Abeokuta branch. My name is Miriam Usman. Because we have no more time in our hands right now, we have to say our goodbye. From all of us, including the participants, the judges, students, teachers, and everyone behind the crew, we say thank you so much for watching this week's edition of Engineering and You. See you next week. Until then, engineering is life. Bye for now.